Hello? Like and subscribe. Hello? Like and subscribe.
Thanks, Caroline. As always, guys, you know I would never ask you to like or subscribe, but other people on this channel have other ideas. Anyway, we'll get down to the nitty gritty now with my evil lighting. Today we're reviewing the 4K transfer of Poltergeist. They're here. Yes, so this is the steelbook which comes in the set, which we'll unbox first before we do anything else.
So I opted for the big box set. So for the steelbook, I like the scene they've picked, but I don't really like how they've done the artwork. The back of the steelbook is a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. Just a wee little envelope. There's absolutely tons of art cards, so just a little sneak peek. These are some pretty cool ones, to be fair. Reversible poster. I think I prefer this side. Yeah, decent amount of stuff in this.
Pretty cool set, I think. So this is from a scan from the original negative, and it's a standard HDR10 with 5.1 DTS master audio. Let's get into it. So it's mastered to 812 nits brightness, so pretty bright. Like most TVs can't get to that, and the ones that can, it will look great on. Yeah, would have liked it to be mastered to 1000, possibly, yeah, but 800, you can't go wrong with that. And the bitrate sat between kind of mid 60s to mid 70s, peaking at around 95ish. On the bits I checked, obviously there could be bits that go much higher and bits that sit a bit lower, but generally whenever I checked it was between 65 and 75. Pretty good. So now we've got that nerd shit out of the way. Let's go into the fun details, like the film grain. I'd say 99% of the film grain, steady, perfect, lovely filmic look to it. But there's when these light fluctuations, when that was happening, the film grain was a bit inconsistent, but I guess you're gonna get that anyway because that was some bright lights. So yeah, I'm 100% happy with the film grain, but it's only 99% good. Yeah, and talking about the bright lights, the contrast was fantastic in it. You get well, there's loads of bright light scenes and they all look great, but where the shadow detail came in on like half the faces, yeah, film has never looked this good, and it never will. 100% definitive version. Well done, Warner Brothers. Dolby Vision probably would have been better, but maybe they'll do Dolby Vision and then I'll be wrong, and then there'll be a new definitive edition. Until then, I'm right. Yeah, I'd say you can comfortably buy this and you'll be happy. So like I said, shadow detail is really good. That leads you on to the black levels then. And I'd say for the most part, brilliant. You won't be upset with them at all. They don't get. I think maybe Dolby Vision would have helped with this, but the HDR10 does a good enough job. You don't get that absolute black in this, but you get close enough. Like whites though, you get absolute whites. They're really good. Like clothing and stuff that's white is white, walls and whatever. But like the whites of their eyes are white, not that yellowiness that the Blu-ray had. Finer details like skin, hair. Hair looks really good. Like you can see every last little strand. Obviously, with all that big 80s hair you get going on, you're getting a lot of hair strands. Skin detail, like you see pores, everything like that, very good. But I don't know, you know, fibers on clothes and stuff. It is a great chance. They've done really good work on this, and they should be applauded for it, really. So I want to actually just take it back to when I saw the lights. The lighting throughout the whole of the film gives such an atmosphere that only like the soundtrack can help with, which I will talk about in a minute. But I don't know, I just love this film. It's really good. I don't know, I'm talking shit again. As always, that's why you watch. This is the third time I'm going from this point onwards now. I'm going to kill myself. So if I've lost heart, I'm really sorry. So my microphone stopped working and I'd finished and I didn't realise. And then the second time round I was recording it, from this point onwards, obviously, not the original part, I'd left the receiver in, so it wasn't picking up any audio. So I want to try again. If the sound quality drops, or if it improves, I'll be upset actually. But if it drops, I'm sorry. So where was I? With 4K, as is part of the course, you're going to lose a little bit of quality in special effects. Not much, but the more obviously shit in 4K than they are on the Blu-ray and the DVD, just because of the quality of everything around it being so much sharper and nicer and better. The kind of practical effect of stuff like floating past and stuff, it does look a bit naff, but a 40-year-old film, what do you expect? Oh, good. The tree looks more like a prop than it used to, because it used to look like a tree. Now it doesn't, but whatever, it's a great scene. Make sure you watch it. Ghost apparitions, they look good. Look really good. You're going to be happy with the video on this. And if you're not, you're wrong. So as I said at the very top of this video, it's a DTS 5.1 master audio. It does come with the original theatrical 2.0, I believe. But when it comes to audio, I feel like, for me, it needs to be the best that's on offer. There's purists that obviously prefer the 2.0s and the 1.0s of whenever those films came out. That's fine, you do you, I'm happy with that. But for me, it has to be whatever the disc has. The best option is what I'm going with, and this is the 5.1. Atmos would have been brilliant if done correctly, but I'm not unhappy at all with this 5.1. It is everything you want it to be for a 5.1. Yeah, bass super low, but not that kind of real, almost inaudible low. But it's a 40-year-old film. You ain't gonna get that, probably. Surrounds are utilised perfectly. So most of the time you've just got a bit of background noise and the music, and you kind of forget it's there almost because it's so consistent. And you hear like a car or something go past, and you think, oh, yeah, that's great. It really does kind of envelop you in the film. You're fully immersed, and as I've a couple of times kind of forgot about surround sound. You're in the moment. There's some scenes where there's some swirling bits, and they're going all around you, and it's just exciting. It's an exciting soundtrack for not like the most actiony film. The soundtrack's lively, and I love it. So for the 4K transfer, my score is 4 out of 5. I know I've bigged it up. I've been wanking myself off over it all. But I'm taking 0.5 off video and audio for not being Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. I know that's a wank excuse. You should just do the score on what you've got. But there's a wank excuse. Why haven't they in this day and age? It should be Dolby Vision, it should be Dolby Atmos. So, 1 point deducted. I don't even know what that is. It's 1 point deducted. So my personal views on the film is... I've got a bit of a weird history of this film. So it's like one of my mum's favourite films of all time. So she deemed us the correct age to watch it when I was 7. And I don't think it fucked me up. Do you? But I think kids were made of kind of stronger stuff back then. And even obviously more so before them. But I don't think I'd show this to a 7-year-old now. I would not be comfortable because they're all kind of funny holes, aren't they? But yeah, I think kids back then could watch more stuff and just get on with their lives without worrying about it as much as kids today. But I've probably watched it 10 times, which I suppose for someone who's been watching it for like 25-ish years, 10 times isn't much. But I try not to rewatch films too many times because I don't want to get bored of them. But yeah, I've loved it ever since. So quarter of a century, quarter of a century I've been loving it for. Speaking of age, someone tell me about this. So when he's been questioned by the paranormal scientist people, they ask how old his wife is, and she goes like 31, no, 32. But then their daughter's 16, and I went on Wikipedia just double check, and it is their daughter, it's not his daughter from a previous relationship. That means she would have had her when she was 16, which is fine. Not shaming anyone for that, ever. But he fucking looks about 40. So is he nonsense? Someone tell me. Because I've never actually noticed before. This is the only time I've ever noticed it. And it's weirded me out a little bit because he motherfucker's at least 40. But despite that, I think it's a beautiful film. I think some of the monologues are brilliant. Oh, well, really good. Like, you get you properly emotionally invested in this film. I think all the acting's great by the kids. Carol Ann's great. Yeah, I think like the relationship between the kids and the parents are done quite realistically, especially for a horror film. Whether that's Spielberg's influence or even Toby Hooper's influence. Is it Toby or Tobe? I'm sure it's Toby, but for the longest time I thought it was Tobe because it's spelled stupid. Someone tell me, please. Yeah, I just think everything's done perfectly in this film. So my score is a 4.5 out of 5. Oh, I dig that. Thanks for watching, guys.